Chosen one. I need you to hear this clearly. What you thought was abandonment was never abandonment at all. In the moments when silence filled your prayers, when your heart ached with loneliness, when the weight of rejection seemed too heavy to carry, God was nearer to you than your very breath. You felt forgotten, unseen, and left behind. But the truth of heaven's message for you today is this: God has been standing with you all along. You see, the enemy tried to convince you that silence meant absence. He whispered lies that because others walked away, because doors closed, because nights grew long, you must not be chosen, you must not be loved. But the opposite is true. The very proof of your chosenness is that you endured what others could not survive. You kept breathing through the fire. You kept moving through the valley. And even when you thought you had no strength left, something greater carried you. That was not your own willpower, that was God's presence holding you up when you couldn't hold yourself. This message is urgent because you've reached a turning point. The season of feeling forsaken is ending. The veil is lifting, and what was hidden is about to be revealed. God is going to show you in ways undeniable that He has been orchestrating every step, even the ones that felt like stumbling. You thought you were falling apart, but you were being rebuilt. You thought you were forgotten, but you were being hidden for protection. Today, I speak directly to the core of who you are. You are chosen, rare, set apart, and marked with destiny. And what you've endured was not wasted, it was preparation. There are treasures being unlocked within you, and soon you will see why the silence lasted, why the wilderness stretched long, and why the pain was permitted. Stay with me until the end, because in this message I will reveal not only the prophecy over your life, but also the signs God has already been sending, the instructions for this hour, and the blessings that await you once you step fully into alignment. This word will confirm what your spirit already knows. You were never abandoned. You were always held, and soon the evidence will be undeniable. Transition. And now let me take you deeper to the very heart of this prophetic word. Let me show you not just what you endured, but why you endured it, and what heaven has decreed over your life. Chosen one, lean in closely, because what I am about to share is not from me, but from the heart of God Himself. This message carries weight because it comes from a place far greater than human understanding. Heaven has spoken, and your spirit has already felt the stirrings of this truth. That uneasy tension in your heart, that whisper in the silence, that unshakable sense that there was more to your journey. It has all been God preparing you for this very moment of revelation. The voice of the Lord is clear. You were never abandoned. I was with you in the shadows, in the silence, in the loneliness. What you thought was emptiness was me reshaping you. What you thought was rejection was my redirection. And what you thought was loss was the planting of new seeds that are now breaking the soil of your destiny. You see, this word is not coincidence. It is not random. It is not just another video or message crossing your screen. This is divine alignment. God wanted you here in this exact moment because your soul is ready to hear it, your heart is open enough to receive it, and your spirit is hungry enough to cling to it. I want you to understand the magnitude of being chosen. When heaven selects you, you cannot remain ordinary. When God marks you, He separates you. That is why you never quite fit in. Why people misunderstood you. Why opportunities slipped away from you. Why you often felt like an outsider in your own story. You thought it was punishment, but it was preservation. You thought it was loneliness, but it was divine intimacy. Do not mistake the silence of God for the absence of God. Silence is often the highest form of intimacy. Think about it when two souls are deeply connected. They can sit in silence and still feel each other's presence. That is what God has been teaching you. His stillness was not abandonment. It was an invitation to lean deeper into faith, to recognize His presence not only in answered prayers, but also in the quiet spaces where trust is forged. Chosen one. There are moments in life when heaven has to hide its hand until the time is right. And the time is approaching. The veil that once covered the reason for your struggles is about to be lifted. The prayers you prayed in tears have not been ignored. They have been stored. They have been building a foundation for what is about to burst forth. This is why you could not give up even when you wanted to. Something inside you would not let go. That something was not your own resilience. It was the Spirit of God anchoring you, keeping you tethered to hope even when you felt hopeless. So receive this introduction as both comfort and confirmation. The God who never left your side is now unveiling the next part of your journey. And what is about to be revealed will not only explain your past pain, but also ignite your future purpose. Transition. Now let us move into the heart of the prophecy itself. The unveiling of what you have been waiting for, the word that will clarify the silence and the vision of what God has already prepared for you. Chosen one, now the veil is lifting. The silence you endured, the loneliness you felt, the wilderness that seemed to stretch endlessly. It was not without purpose. God is now unveiling what was hidden, and this is the word for you. Your season of abandonment is over, and your season of divine unveiling has begun. Listen closely. Heaven has written your story with intentional pauses, and those pauses are now shifting into movement. The prophetic word over your life is that what once felt like rejection was protection, and what once looked like delay was preparation. You are about to see the alignment of circumstances that prove God has been weaving threads in the unseen realm on your behalf. The prophecy is this: you were never standing alone. When you sat in silence with your head in your hands, He stood at your side. When friends betrayed you, He shielded your heart. When doors closed, He whispered, "That was not the way I chose for you," and now He is turning your tears into testimony. Imagine a seed buried in darkness. At first glance, it looks like burial. It is covered, hidden, pressed into the soil. But in truth, it is not a burial. It is a planting. The seed must first break before life can emerge. You have been that seed, chosen one. You felt the crushing, the breaking, the pressure, the weight of being hidden underground. Yet in that very place, God was cultivating life within you. And now the prophecy declares you are breaking through the soil. This is not just poetic, it is practical. God is about to open new doors that no human hand can shut. He's about to place you in positions you never thought possible because your preparation has made you trustworthy. You endured without turning bitter. You stayed faithful when no one was watching. You kept believing even when your faith was under attack. And heaven recorded every moment. There is also a warning woven into this prophecy. When the unveiling begins, not everyone will celebrate you. Some who doubted you will watch in silence. Others may try to return only when they see the blessing manifest. Do not let this shake you. Your journey was never meant to be validated by crowds. It was always meant to be validated by God. Remember this truth: you are not stepping into fulfillment to prove anyone wrong. You are stepping in to prove God right. God says, "I was with you in the fire, and I preserved you. I was with you in the valley, and I strengthened you. And now, I will be with you on the mountain, and I will establish you." Chosen one, you may already sense this shift in your spirit. You have felt a strange stirring, a quiet knowing that change is near. The atmosphere around you feels different, lighter, charged with expectancy. That is not your imagination. That is the Spirit of God preparing you for the fulfillment of what has been long delayed. This prophecy is personal. It is not for everyone, it is for you. For the one who cried and wondered why God felt distant. For the one who felt invisible while carrying a heavy calling. For the one who thought silence meant being forsaken. Heaven's decree is clear. You were never abandoned. You were chosen to be hidden, and now you are chosen to be revealed. Transition. But prophecy without understanding is incomplete. So let us step deeper into the meaning behind this word. Why did God allow the silence? Why the waiting, the wilderness, the long nights? The answer carries profound spiritual depth. Chosen one prophecy is never just about what will happen. It is about why it happens, what it means, and who you become in the process. The word God is speaking over you carries profound spiritual meaning and understanding. It will help you stand firm as you move into fulfillment. Let us begin with this: every season of silence has purpose. Just as night must come before dawn and winter must strip the earth before spring can bloom, your silence and your wilderness have been divine seasons. They were not proof of God's absence. They were the soil of your transformation. Think of your life as a journey through landscapes. At times, God leads you beside still waters where peace surrounds you. At other times, He takes you through valleys where shadows loom. And sometimes He walks you into deserts where everything feels dry and barren. Yet, in each landscape, God's presence is constant. The still waters reveal His kindness, the valleys reveal His protection, and the deserts reveal His power to sustain. You have walked through all three, and each has carved depth into your spirit. The silence was not punishment, it was purification. When God withholds answers, it is not because He does not care, but because He is shaping the kind of faith that trusts Him without visible proof. Faith that only believes when it sees is fragile, but faith that endures in silence is unshakable. This is the kind of faith God has been cultivating in you. The storms you faced were not designed to destroy you, but to strengthen you. Every storm has two sides: destruction and revelation. Destruction sweeps away what cannot last. Revelation exposes what is truly strong. You thought the storms were breaking you, but in reality they were stripping away what was temporary, so that what is eternal could remain. Consider the image of a door. When one door slammed shut in your face, you grieved. But that door was never meant for you. God's hand closed it to protect you from what lay behind it. And now in His timing, He is opening doors that align with your calling, not just your desires. These doors are not for convenience, they are for destiny. Seasons are another layer of this meaning. Just as the earth rotates through cycles of growth, harvest, death, and rebirth, so too do our lives move through seasons. You have endured winter, the cold, the barren, the silent. But winter always yields to spring. The same God who set the stars in motion has decreed that your spring is coming. New life is already stirring beneath the surface. And what of the loneliness you felt? Loneliness is one of God's sharpest tools for refinement. It removes the noise of the crowd so you can hear the whisper of His Spirit. It breaks your dependence on people so you can build unshakable dependence on Him. It teaches you to walk by faith, not by sight, and to find comfort in His unseen presence. What felt like abandonment was the sacred training ground of intimacy. This prophecy is not simply about blessings you will receive. It is about the person you are becoming. God is raising you into someone who can carry weighty purpose. Someone who knows how to endure storms, walk through valleys, trust through silence, and rejoice when the harvest comes. So understand this, chosen one. Your silence was the furnace where your faith was purified. Your rejection was the chisel where your character was shaped. Your wilderness was the classroom where your spirit was taught to rely on heaven alone. And now all of it converges into a testimony that will not only elevate you, but inspire others. You are walking proof that God's timing is perfect, that His silence is not His absence, and that His plans are far greater than the pain you endured. That is the spiritual depth behind the prophecy. You are not just receiving a promise, you are embodying a principle that those who wait upon the Lord will renew their strength, rise up like eagles, run without growing weary, and walk without fainting. Transition. Now that the deeper meaning has been revealed, let us look at the signs, those personal, undeniable confirmations that God has already been sending you. Chosen one. God never speaks without leaving traces of His voice along your path. Even when you thought you were walking through silence, He was scattering signs, some subtle, some unmistakable, that confirm His presence and His plan. These signs are not coincidences. They are markers, reminders that you are never truly alone. Think back on recent moments. Have you noticed unusual patterns? Has your heart been stirred by certain images, words, or encounters? These are not random. They are confirmations. Let me reveal some of the ways God has already been speaking to you. 1. The sudden stirring in your spirit. You felt it that quiet, knowing that something is shifting. It comes in waves, a gentle nudge in your heart that whispers, change is near. This is not imagination. It is the Spirit of God aligning your inner world with what is about to happen in the outer world. 2. Repeated numbers, words, or scriptures. Perhaps you've been seeing the same number over and over on clocks, receipts, or pages. Or maybe the same scripture keeps appearing before you. These repetitions are heaven's way of catching your attention, reminding you that divine order is guiding your steps. 3. Unexplainable protection. There were moments you should have been crushed, but somehow you made it through. Accidents avoided, relationships ended just before they harmed you. Opportunities lost that later proved dangerous. These were not coincidences. They were divine shields. 4. Dreams that echo your calling. In the stillness of sleep, God has been planting images, symbols, and visions that speak of your future. You may not always understand them fully, but they carry a resonance that stirs your soul. That is heaven confirming that your spirit is being prepared for what's ahead. 5. A sudden release of people or places. You may have noticed certain people drifting from your life or environments, becoming uncomfortable until you had to leave. Though painful, these exits were divine pruning. God was making space for new connections, new environments, and new alignments that better fit your calling. 6. Unexpected waves of peace. In the middle of chaos, you sometimes felt an unexplainable calm wash over you. That peace was not natural, it was supernatural. It was God reminding you, I am here. You are safe in my hands. Chosen one. These signs are not future promises, they are current confirmations. They prove that your wilderness was never wasted, your silence was never empty, and your prayers were never ignored. If you look back with clear eyes, you will see that God has been threading these signs into your life all along. So take heart. The presence of these signs means you are already walking in alignment with the prophecy. They are heaven's gentle nods assuring you, yes, this word is for you. Yes, I have been with you. Yes, the unveiling has already begun. Transition. But before fulfillment comes, there are hidden challenges, tests of faith and endurance that every chosen one must face. Let me show you what they are and why they matter. Chosen one, hear me carefully. Before every unveiling, there is always a testing. Before every promise, there is always a proving. The challenges you have faced, and the ones you may still face, are not punishments. They are sacred tests, designed to refine your spirit, strengthen your resolve, and prepare you for the weight of the blessing that is coming. One of the greatest hidden challenges is misunderstanding. You will often be misunderstood by those around you. People may misjudge your silence, your choices, your obedience to God's voice. They may think you are lost, when in truth, you are being led. This misunderstanding is painful, but it teaches you not to seek validation from people, but to find your approval in God alone. Another challenge is delay. The waiting can feel unbearable. Days turn to weeks, weeks to months, and sometimes even years. The enemy whispers, "Nothing is happening. You've been forgotten." But the truth is, delay is not denial. God uses delay to stretch your faith and deepen your trust. What looks like slowness is actually God aligning every detail with precision. There is also the hidden challenge of inner warfare. You know this battle well, the restless nights, the racing thoughts, the heavy waves of doubt. The enemy tries to plant seeds of fear, convincing you that your prayers will never be answered. Yet every time you rise again after these battles, your spirit grows stronger. Every tear shed in secret has watered the soil of your breakthrough. A fourth challenge is isolation. You may find yourself walking alone, even when surrounded by people. Relationships may fade, friends may drift away, and you may feel as if no one truly understands your heart. But isolation is where God's voice becomes clearest. It is where distractions are stripped away and intimacy with Him is forged. And then there is the challenge of unexpected resistance. Just before your breakthrough, opposition often intensifies. Things seem to fall apart. Obstacles appear, and the weight feels unbearable. This is not a sign that you are failing. It is proof that you are close. Resistance always increases when you are on the edge of transformation. Chosen. 1. Do not despise these challenges. They are not evidence of abandonment, they are evidence of preparation. A diamond is only formed under pressure. Gold is only purified in fire, and your spirit is only strengthened through trial. What you must remember is this: every challenge you face is filtered through the hands of a loving God. Nothing touches you that has not first passed through His permission. And if He allows it, it is only because He intends to use it for your good and His glory. So when the misunderstandings come, remember you are approved by God. When the delays stretch long, remember that His timing is perfect. When inner battles rage, remember that victory has already been declared over your life. And when resistance grows fierce, know that it is because the enemy sees what is coming. Transition. But God has not only shown you the prophecy and the challenges, He has also given clear instructions for how to walk forward. Let me reveal to you the divine steps heaven is calling you to take now. Chosen One prophecy is not only about what God will do for you, it is also about how you must prepare yourself to walk into what He has promised. Blessings require readiness. Fulfillment requires alignment. And today, heaven is releasing divine instructions for you to follow, not as a burden, but as a sacred invitation to partner with God's plan. The first instruction is guard your heart. Not everyone around you can carry the weight of your calling. Some will misunderstand, others may even oppose it. Guard your heart from bitterness, resentment, and distraction. Protect your spirit from the voices of doubt. Your heart is the wellspring of your life, and if you keep it pure, nothing will be able to stop what God is doing in you. The second instruction is remain steadfast in prayer. Prayer is not just asking, it is alignment. It is the constant tuning of your heart to heaven's frequency. In this season, your prayers are the bridge between prophecy and fulfillment. Do not neglect them. Make space daily to commune with God, to pour out your heart, and to listen in silence for His whispers. Even short, simple prayers will strengthen your spirit and keep you in step with His will. The third instruction is walk in obedience even when it feels small. God often tests us in little steps before entrusting us with greater ones. If He prompts you to encourage someone, do it. If He asks you to forgive, release it. If He nudges you to step out in faith, obey. These acts may seem small, but they unlock doors in the spiritual realm that lead to greater blessings. The fourth instruction is separate from what no longer serves your purpose. This may be relationships, habits, or environments that keep you tied to your old self. God is calling you higher, and sometimes that means releasing what weighs you down. Separation is never easy, but it is always necessary when God is preparing you for more. The fifth instruction is speak life over your future. Your words carry power. Life and death are in the tongue, and what you declare has authority. Begin to speak blessings, not curses. Declare the promises of God over your life. Say aloud, I am chosen. I am protected. I am aligned. My breakthrough is here. These declarations build faith and create spiritual momentum. The sixth instruction is remain watchful. Prophecy does not mean you sit still, it means you stay alert. Opportunities may arise suddenly, doors may open unexpectedly, people may be sent to help you. If you are not watchful, you may miss them. Keep your spiritual eyes open. Stay sensitive to the nudges of the Holy Spirit. The seventh instruction is stand firm against fear. Fear will try to creep in when the blessing draws near. Doubts will whisper, what if it doesn't happen? What if you fail? But remember, fear is a liar. Faith is your weapon. Whenever fear rises, counter it with the Word of God. Speak truth louder than the lies. Finally, the eighth instruction is rest in trust. After you've prayed, obeyed, and declared, release it into God's hands. Rest does not mean doing nothing. It means refusing to carry what only God can carry. Trust that He is faithful to complete what He has begun in you. Chosen one. These instructions are not heavy burdens, they are stepping stones. Each one draws you closer to alignment, closer to fulfillment, closer to the moment when what was prophesied becomes reality. Do not treat them lightly. Take them to heart, practice them daily, and you will be ready when heaven moves. Transition. And now let me assure you, God has not left you vulnerable. As you walk through these steps, divine protection surrounds you like a shield. Let me show you the covering that has been guarding you all along. Chosen one. As you walk through prophecy, instruction, and preparation, you must never forget this truth. You are not unprotected. You are not left vulnerable. From the beginning of your journey, God's hand has been shielding you, even in moments you could not see it. There were dangers that never reached you because His angels stood guard. There were battles that never touched you because He fought them in silence on your behalf. There were traps set by the enemy that you walked right past without knowing because His Spirit steered your steps away. Think of protection like a great covering. Imagine yourself walking through a storm with lightning striking all around. Others may have been struck, others may have fallen, but over you was a canopy that shielded you. That canopy was not luck. It was divine preservation. The reason you survived what others did not was because you were chosen, and chosen ones are never left unguarded. The assurance you must hold tightly is this: God has assigned angels to your life. These ministering spirits have been surrounding you in unseen ways. They have stood by your bed at night. They have walked beside you through danger. They have whispered strength when you felt faint. You may not see them with your eyes, but your spirit knows they are there. This protection is not only external, it is internal. God has also placed His peace within you as a fortress. That unexplainable calm you sometimes feel in the middle of chaos is not weakness. It is evidence of His presence. His peace is the armor that guards your heart and mind, reminding you that even if the world shakes, you remain secure in Him. Chosen one assurance also comes from this promise: God does not abandon the work of His hands. You are His workmanship. You are His creation, His child, His beloved. He did not carry you this far to drop you now. The same God who kept you in the valley will keep you on the mountain. The same God who preserved you in silence will preserve you in abundance. So release your fear of danger. Release your fear of failure. Release your fear of being left vulnerable. You are wrapped in a covering stronger than any weapon. You are surrounded by a love deeper than any wound. And you are held by hands that will never let you go. Transition. Now that you know you are covered, let us look ahead to what awaits you, the transformation, the fulfillment, and the radiant unveiling of all that God has been preparing for you. Chosen one. Everything you have endured, every tear, every trial, every long night of silence, was not the end of your story. It was the preparation for this next season of transformation and fulfillment. What once felt like ashes is about to reveal beauty. What once felt like loss is about to show itself as gain. And what once looked like abandonment is about to prove itself as divine alignment. The transformation ahead of you is not small, it is complete. You are not just receiving a blessing, you are being remade into someone who embodies the promise. The fire you endured has refined you. The storms you faced have strengthened you. And now you stand at the threshold of a new identity, not the one who is overlooked, but the one who has overcome. Picture a caterpillar that once crawled low, unseen, and fragile. It retreats into a cocoon, hidden away, appearing lifeless. Yet within that hidden space, transformation takes place. When the cocoon opens, the creature that emerges bears no resemblance to what it once was. Wings unfold, beauty radiates, and flight becomes possible. Chosen one, that is you. You are emerging from your cocoon season. You are unfolding the wings God placed in you, and you are about to soar. This fulfillment is not only spiritual, but tangible. New opportunities will open before you. Relationships that align with your destiny will be sent your way. Resources and provision will flow into your hands for the assignment God has entrusted to you. What once was withheld will now be released. The doors that were closed will now swing wide, not by your effort, but by divine decree. Emotionally, this transformation will heal wounds that have lingered for years. Where rejection scarred you, love will restore you. Where fear bound you, peace will anchor you. Where weariness weighed you down, joy will lift you up. You will not only testify that God was faithful, you will feel it in the depths of your being. Spiritually, this fulfillment will awaken new authority within you. Your prayers will carry greater power. Your words will carry deeper weight. Your presence will bring light into dark places. This is not because of who you are, but because of who God has shaped you to be through every valley and every fire. Chosen one. Imagine yourself walking into a room and feeling the shift in the atmosphere. That is the kind of transformation you are stepping into. You will no longer blend into the background. You will radiate the evidence of God's hand on your life. People will see the difference even if they cannot explain it. Fulfillment is not the end of your journey. It is the launching point into your higher calling. What you are stepping into is bigger than you. It is for the lives you will impact, the hope you will carry, and the testimony you will share. You are a vessel of God's light, and this fulfillment is His way of positioning you to shine brighter than ever before. So lift your head, chosen one. Straighten your shoulders. Step forward with confidence. The season of silence has passed. The wilderness is behind you. The time of fulfillment is here, and your transformation will be undeniable. Transition. And now, as we come to the close of this word, let me seal it with affirmations and blessings that you can carry with you into the days ahead. Chosen one. You have heard the prophecy, you have seen the meaning, you have received the instructions, and you have been assured of God's covering. Now it is time to seal this word over your life, not with fear, but with faith. I want you to carry with you these affirmations, and I want you to speak them aloud, boldly, and often. They are not empty words. They are declarations of truth over your destiny. Affirmation 1. I was never abandoned. God has stood with me all along. Let this remind you that every moment of silence, every valley, and every shadow was still covered by His presence. You were held even when you could not feel His hands. Affirmation 2. I am chosen, I am protected, and I am prepared for this season. Let this anchor you in confidence. You are not walking into blessing unready. You are walking in as one who has been refined, shaped, and entrusted. Affirmation 3. My time of fulfillment is here, and nothing can stop what God has ordained. Let this fuel your courage. What heaven has spoken over you cannot be undone by man, nor delayed by the enemy. The door God opens for you will stay open. Affirmation 4. I move forward in peace, gratitude, and expectation. Let this steady your heart. You are not stepping into your future with fear, but with joy. You carry peace as your companion and gratitude as your song. Chosen one. Let me now speak this blessing over your life. May the Lord surround you with His unfailing love. May His presence go before you, behind you, and all around you. May every step you take be guided by His Spirit, and may every door that is not from Him remain firmly shut. May your hands be filled with provision, your heart overflow with joy, and your spirit rise in unshakable faith. I declare over you, the wilderness is over. The silence has lifted. The time of unveiling has come. Step boldly, walk faithfully, and trust completely, for you were never abandoned. You were always chosen. And now go in peace, go in strength, go in expectancy. For surely goodness and mercy shall follow you all the days of your life.